this centre called Christian Legal Centre, and its chief executive, Andrea Williams, has said this new transgender ideology is being aggressively imposed on unsuspecting schools. Oh, aggressively imposed. A bit like forcing schools to follow your biblical teachings. That's aggressively imposed. The irony of it. It is delusional and abusive, this chief executive said. Yeah. A bit like forcing kids to believe if they don't comply with your biblical values, according to you, they're going to be punished by God. And look, at the end of the day, let's all be real here. Let's all admit something, right? You're worried about a kid turning up to school in a velvet blue dress. And yet you take your kids to a church and the man speaking in God's name is blooming wearing a dress. And you've got a problem with that? What do you call it when a vicar is kicked out of a church? They say vicar has been defrocked. Why do they say the vicar has been defrocked? Because he's wearing a frock. He preaches God's word wearing a dress. And you're upset that this kid came to school wearing a dress because it's not biblical values? Start with your church. Why don't you withdraw your kids from church? Because the man teaching them God's law is wearing a dress. Unbelievable.
Don't you ever change, don't you go away, money on my name. Okay, pop another Zanny now, don't let the high go to waste. Falling off all in Miami, let's be up in LAS. All you wanna do is I say, I splashed and I run up a check. Sipping lean from the holy grail, can't you tell? I don't give a fuck, I just sold my soul for these. I just might turn cold for these.
I'm from an Islamic community. I'm from a very conservative Pakistani community. If my mum and dad can accept me, why can't the wider community accept me for who I am?
This lady in the blue, another company tip.
I personally think that the question you're asking is when will the Muslim community accept you as a gay person, accept gay or homosexuality? The thing is, homosexuality is not accepted in Islam, so the Muslim community will never accept homosexuality in a whole. But you being gay, not on a judgmental level, you can be gay, but then at the same time, if you choose to follow a religion which prohibits homosexuality, then you can't turn around and ask when will they accept for you to be gay.
Can I just say then?
Yeah.
Can I just say, what are people like me meant to do then? Gay teenagers, the suicide rate is going up, homophobic crime is going unreported, and it's because of attitudes like this that is causing people like me such dilemma.
I mean, I will speak out and continue to speak out, and you're right to identify however you want, because what we're hearing right now is, and you guys can also think whatever you want, the danger with literalism is in insisting that there is only one interpretation and one way of doing things. If we take that literally, if we take literalism literally, then only 200 years ago, slavery was accepted and justified by religion. Let me finish. The Quran explicitly and literally, let me finish and make this point. The Quran literally allows for slavery, as does the Bible, but we no longer practice it because our attitudes and interpretations have changed. There is no one Muslim community, there is no one way of interpreting things. If he wants to identify as being Muslim, as this gentleman here said, Abdullah, he said he's not going to tell him he's not a Muslim, and I applauded him for that. He said he's not going to discriminate against him, you just did. And so even he disagrees with you.
I just sold my soul for these, I just might turn cold for these. I just put gold on my wrist, came out to water, came out to water.